And he makes it. Over in the spot that Keith Williams usually is in, we have Scott Philbrick right now working on the big board. Oh, baby, that hurts when you're trying to fill after a mark. And you come right down the middle hoping for a strike, and instead you get a spread eagle. Ralph Stewart, of course, is our lob line judge and referee in his accustomed spot. Don Riley is our statistician and coordinator. Phil Rubin is our producer-director. Right now, we're going to concentrate on Joe Tavernese and see what he gets as a fill on his spare. He gets 7. And he's got the 2, 4, and 7 on the left to work on. There is Ralphie. 2 in a row now for Joe Tavernese. And he comes in 2 full on the head pin, has 1 more than just a spread eagle. He leaves 2, 4, and 7 on the left, and 3 and 6 on the right. Tried to get it, but couldn't. It's an 8. And so after 4 here in the middle string, after a 163-110 opener with Tavernese over Saniuk, Joe is leading Jack 49-45 after 4. Halfway point, and our defending champion comes to the line, Jack Saniuk. And he gets a thin hit, much less than he wanted, leaving 2, 4, 7. He got everything except the 10 pin, and it's rocking. No, it just fell. Got a spare. Eight is the fill, and he's looking at 1 and 2 for another spare. Oh, just missed the head pin and hit the 2. Our crew today is Chris O'Hare, Jeff Sullivan, Howie Rouse, and Skip Peabody. Here's Joe Tavernese. Joe is looking right now at 2, 4, 5, and 7. No wood. He made it.
How long, Joe? Take it down, Joe.
He gets 5. It's an 8. Jack Saniuk. Jack is a member of the 1989 International Team Champions. Is he going to get it? He did. Another spare. The other members of his team, Craig Holbrook, Don Richmond, Tom Osta, Mike Morrow, and Captain Bill Treacle. And, of course, he is the son of Candlepin Hall of Famer Mike Saniuk. And he punches out 2 on the right side, this time 3 and 9 and a half Worcester. 2 full again. He still has 5 pins standing. 2, 4, 7, 6, and 10. Ooh, he missed them all for a 5. Joe Tavernese in this string, trailing Jack Saniuk by 1, but of course in the match he had a 53-pin lead after 1. Right now he's looking at 2 pins standing, and they are the 4 and the 8. Waiting for wood to settle down. It was interesting that in our True Value Championship, Joe lost his match to Peter Flynn. However, he came back on our program and then defeated Peter Flynn before losing to David Vigue in the match which we described, in which he needed 4 on a spare to tie and had a half Worcester, got just 2. Lost by those 2 pins, 356, 354. One, 2, 4. And he's got it for a spare in the 8th. Jack Saniuk too full again, trying for the strike, coming in on the head pin, but coming in a little too full and punching out to 1, 5, and 9. It's a 10. Went to the 1-3 pocket this time, left 3 pins, as he didn't hit the head pin. He has 1, 3, 6. And he got it. Not the classic way necessarily, but with the sidewall action, he made it. Had a 110 opening string. He's now at 110 plus this. How much will it be? 6 more. Is it? 5. 115. Joe Tavernese, so close to getting a strike. He got a 9-pin drop and left the 10-pin. Ralph Stewart calls time. He gets a pin which has come way up from the deadwood line. And Joe picks off the 10 for another spare. Now at 111 in the 9th. Six more, 117, and of course 6 in the final box. And how many more? 8. Now at 125, 127. And so another $50 in bonus money goes to Joe Tavernese as the winner of the middle string by a score of 127 to 115. After 2, it is Tavernese 290, Saniuk 225. All right, here's the 3rd string, and leading it off is our challenger, Joe Tavernese. Four horsemen left side. In the opposite corner, he's got the 10-pin, and he has 1 piece of wood, which is not, I don't know where it's going. It's doing a little rolling. Now it has stopped. It's a little bit near the 10. He didn't need it. He didn't need it. He kicked that number 1 off the sidewall, and it came back on a beautiful angle. So he begins with a spare. close to a strike. Everything down except the kingpin. The castle walls came tumbling down. And he makes it. 2 in a row. Every bowler, of course, wants to put a big number up, but when you are at the point he was at 290 after 2, you start thinking of a number big enough to bring you back in late August for the True Value Championship show, and we have a $20,000 live tournament. Jack Saniuk drops everything except the 7-pin, and he's got wood all around it. There it goes, and he begins the 3rd string with a spare. Six. He's looking at the diamond, left side. 2, 4, 5, and 8. He made it, and we all know that that is not an easy one to make. So we're off to a flying start. Joe Tavernese drops 8 pins, and he has 5 and 7, but he has wood to the left side of the 5. Can he move it over? Yes, he did. He has 3 more marks in a row and another $50 in bonus money. He's now up to $350 in bonus money, and it's still alive. Won't be easy to make it 4 in a row. He got 6. He has left the 2, the 4, the 6, and the 10. What a great effort. Everything down except the 10 as he was able to use some sidewall action. And he makes a 10, so he's up to 63 after 4. Now let's see what Jack Saniuk can do. He has 2 marks in a row. Oh, what a shame. Looked like he was going to have a big hit, and instead he winds up with just 5. And 3 of them are on the left side and 2 on the right. 4, 7, and 8, 6 and 10. Some wood in between. He's going to try to use it, see if he can do it. Didn't work. Nine. Four horsemen, I had to hold up for a second because the 3-pin's rocking back and forth, and now it's beginning to settle down. And Ralph Stewart has to go down and get a piece of wood that came this side of the deadwood line. Again, I remind any of you who perhaps are not quite familiar with the rules of Candlepin bowling, too bad, too full on the head pin. There is a line across the lane. It is exactly 24 inches, 2 feet from the middle of the number 1 pin toward the bowler. Any piece of wood that is behind that stays in play, even if it's a roadblock and prevents you from making a spare. If it is touching it or this side of it, it has to be removed by the referee. Those are the strict rules of Candlepin bowling, and we enforce them, as you know. That's why Ralph is on the lob line, looking right at it, sitting right there. Joe has 1, 2, 7, 9, and 10. He made it! He made it! What a beauty. Joe already at 73 plus, and that's in the 5th box. 8 is the fill. And he just missed a 2-pin spare. It was the 5 and 9. He missed the 5. Now he gets it for a 10. 91 through 6. Jack Saniuk. No wood to help, and he is looking at 2, 4, 7, and 6 alone over on the right. Foul cost him 1 pin, as he could not stop and went across the foot foul line. The box is 6. Two and 7 standing, 2 pieces of wood in between. And he did not get the 7, got the 2, moved the wood around, but did not get the 7. Now Joe Tavernese, with 4 boxes to go, is already at 91. Needs a 110 for 400, but wants to pile up more than that so that he can put himself in position to come back again in late August, as he did once before for our championship show. The True Value Championship Show, $10,000 first prize, $5,000 second prize, $20,000 in prize money. And he makes the spare, and that was 1,710 with wood. Our high-low jackpot is worth $750. Winner will get first try at that. He has to reset. A couple of pins toppled. I think it's because he's so hot they were scared. They fell. Okay, there they are, and he fires. What's he got? Oh, baby! Looked for a minute as if he was going to have everything down except the 10-pin. The 7 rocked back and forth. However, it's still up. Now Ralph goes down and takes a look at this piece of wood, which was out near the deadwood line. It is rolling back, and is it going to stay? It's staying there. So there are 2, actually 3 pieces of wood across the deck. He fires, and he did not get either 7 or 10. They are still there. It is an 8. All right, he's at 407 right now. 407 with 2 boxes to go. Jack Saniuk. Oh, that looked like a strike, and he leaves 1, the 9-pin. Spare for our defending champion. That puts him at 74 at the moment. Another thin hit by Jack Saniuk. He goes right into that 1-2 pocket, and this time gets just 3. Sometimes they just will not fall. 9, 86. All right, Joe Tavernese already at 407, excuse me. Needed 110 for 400. He has 117. Looking towards our championship show, right after this, I'll let you know what the others are. Paul Berger's at 427. And is he going to get it? He did. He has a spare, so now he's at 417 plus. Paul Berger's 427, Don Richmond is 422, Al Johnson 413. So far, towards our next championship. He got 6 more. 429. Yes, it went. Four 433, and 440. A sizzling 440. Now our defending champion, Jack Saniuk, who's been up against a blitzkrieg today. It's an 8. 94. Spread eagle. Eight. Very disappointed, Jack Saniuk. Just could not find it today. They just would not fall. And the final score is Joe Tavernese, our new champion, 440. Jack Saniuk, 327. We had a winner last week, so there's only $50 in the home viewer, but obviously your chances are a heck of a lot better because, as you well know, as soon as we do have a winner, we empty out all the cards that are left, and everything that goes in there is brand new. These cards, as all of you know, or most of you know, you're allowed to send in one every single day if you want to, but only one a day. And we ask you to make sure it's a postcard, not a letter. Take your guess as to what you think the total pinfall will be, both bowlers combined, on the day that I draw a card. And then be sure to include your name and address and send it along to this address, which would be Candlepin Bowling, WCVB TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts, and the zip is 02192. I will reach in there after shuffling these around, and I will allow, because today's total is 767, anywhere from 757 to 777 would win the $50. If we don't have a winner, then we add $50, and we keep doing that every week until somebody has the right guess. However, you know that you're going to be rewarded just for having your card chosen, because the gift that you'll receive will be a handsome one provided by the Parker Pen Company. All right, 767, and of course a big part of that is the sizzling 440, which was rolled by Joe Tavernese. That puts him in first place, obviously, for our next championship show. I have an idea that when he came in here, he thought maybe it would be a nice idea to put up a big number so that he could come back again for one of those shows which he was in before. Paul Berger left here a couple of weeks ago, and he was up there to 427. Don Richmond before that, a couple of weeks before that, had a 422. And Al Johnson, a 413, is in fourth place. And in fifth place right now, as far as the highest three-string total, is Tony Marie Baldinelli with her 386. Obviously, she does not expect that, nor do we, to hold, not the way some of these guys keep firing these numbers out. So that's what it is. Right now, Joe Tavernese in first place, and that looks awful good, a big 440. All right, $767 is what we've got to give away $50. Let's see what we can do with it, if we can. $767. Let's dig over in this vicinity and see what we get. This one comes from Springfield, Massachusetts, on Orange Street. Shirley Pearl, and her guess is $735. So, well, it just means $100 maybe for somebody next week. I'll tell you, Joe, I saw you make a 1-7-10. You had some wood to help in there, but this time no wood. However, if you make it, it's going to give you a $750. So, not bad. Got the head pin. You were on that all day. All right, Jack. Oh, I thought you had it. Yeah, I really did. Let me see. You want to talk about it?
Nice bowling, Joe.
I never saw anybody have so many bad breaks when you were going in on the 1-3 pocket over and over, and you kept getting 1, 2.
When you throw a lousy ball, you don't get any leads. That's the name of the game.
Well, I realize that, you know, I mean, you're being self-deprecating, but we also know that, and I have reminded the folks that you still are one member of the International World Team Champions, huh?
I guess when the show is aired, we may hopefully have the second one.
Oh, okay, good.
But that's a dream. 2 in a row would be nice.
$350, and I can't find any bonus money for you.
Not today. He took it all.
And the smaller trophy. It's always a pleasure having you.
Thank you, sir.
And say hello to your dad, and I already did anyway, okay?
Nice bowling, Joe.
How about that? What a big day. Wonderful, wonderful day.
Great.
$700 for winning, $400 in regular bonus, and then you went over and got another $100 for going over 400, $500 on top of that. Not bad, $1,200, but the important thing is that big 440, huh?
Yeah, big 440.
I don't know who your challenge is going to be, but you're going to have a week to just relax.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Joe, it was a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
We'll be here next week. You'll be here too. Bye-bye, everybody.